But what is it that you are chasing? Because you've got nothing left to chase. So are there moments when it's a bahut ho gaya? When you're tired, when your body is aching, when somebody's irritated you, if you don't find a minute to yourself or a second to yourself, do you sometimes say bahut ho gaya?
No,
Has it ever happened to you when you said bahut ho gaya?
no, I've never said that.
No.
Because-
To yourself, not to the outside world.
No, I have not. Because I think that there is always something to do. I read somewhere that the human brain, during the lifetime of a human being, merely utilizes 33% of the brain. I'm just trying to use 34%, that's all.
That's a good line. Delhi, coming back to the city, we all characterize Delhi in many different ways. In the past, Delhi did not figure that much in Hindi cinema. It did figure in one of your famous ones, but not Lodi Garden, but not many others. Now some of the newer directors are bringing Delhi back in Hindi cinema. I think Manshu Dhulia's, Vishal Bhardwaj's, Anurag Kashyap's, Dibakar. How do you look at that characterization of Delhi? Are they getting the change right?
I think every time they've shown Delhi, it's talked more about the middle class or the lower middle class. And I think this is a concept that is invading almost all walks of our life. I feel that ever since the opening up of the economy, there's a very large, almost 350 million middle class that has suddenly become very affluent. And that is a very large number that can influence anything. It can influence politics, it can influence business, and it is influencing cinema as well. You see some of the results of that, say, in our cricket team, for example. The cricket team of India was, 99% Shivaji Park. But it's the other way around now. There's just one person from Shivaji Park. That's Sachin Tendulkar. And the rest of them are all from middle B and C centers, which is extremely encouraging and very noticeable. We ourselves, and I particularly, personally, when I conduct, say, KBC, for example, discover that a lot of the contestants come from middle India or the interiors, and it's remarkable how intelligent they are, and it's remarkable what stories they bring. And I think that we have no knowledge of that. I'm sure many of the politicians who go there to seek their votes and do their canvassing are aware of it. But I think the rest of India is perhaps not aware of their capabilities. We've had last year this gentleman who came from a small little village and winning 5 crore rupees, Sushil Kumar.
And there was one who said whose mother borrowed a lakh of rupees.
That's
for
right.
him to prepare, yes.
Yes, absolutely. And there are many very emotional and sad cases where people have looked upon the big cities as a city of achievement and have prepared themselves for several years. That is the lot of Indian that has been ignored so far, and it needs to be brought forward. And I think that all what is happening now in India is concentrated more on that tabka that is wanting to come up.
Because what's happening with KBC now is that very often in KBC, you have to sit across the table with a very common middle class or lower middle class Indian, who you often portrayed, particularly in your 70s cinema. And this is a one-on-one interaction. This is not a sham interaction. What is that common man or woman teaching you?
I don't really need to learn anything because I myself am middle class. I came from very humble beginnings, and my father and my parents, we lived a very middle class life. So it's nothing new to me, but I empathize with them, I sympathize with them. I come to learn their stories, and I wish that they win a lot of money, because we know what it means for everyone that makes an effort to come there. There are some devastating stories that most of the contestants come up with. And a lot of it has to do with some of what the country is going through. politically, but also some of our very ancient social norms which have remained with us, particularly so with the women of India. And I've always believed that women are 50% of the force of any country, and more particularly so in India, and that they should be given their right and their prominence in every walk of life. I see that change happening.